Right, welcome back to another YouTube video on prep. We are 3 weeks out, full day of eating going down on 1900 calories, some would say, in the trenches. Today's topic of discussion is going to be how to adhere, stick to your diet, stick to the plan, whilst also taking you through all my meals, everything I'm eating, to quite literally get as lean as humanly possible on prep. So let's get into it. First meal going down with the Whey flavour of choice, which is sweet and salty popcorn. Now, my top 3 perform Whey flavours would be this, vanilla, and then cereal milk, which you are on top of right now. So, first meal of the day going down, and topic of discussion is going to be how to stick to a diet. So, first topic that I wanted to talk about is just getting a meal plan in place. Getting a goddamn meal plan in place. Do not do it if it fits your macros, because that just leads to another topic, which is food focus. It's because you have all these options. You know, your mind's like, oh, what if I can fit this in? What if I can fit this in? But if you have a meal plan, you simply just crack on, eat the same stuff every day, and making sure with the meal plan as well, like, you enjoy your meals. Like, that's something that people neglect as well within their meals. Just putting a little effort and making sure you enjoy them, you actually look forward to them. Like, there's a difference between looking forward to your meals and being extremely food focused, where it's, you know, where you're struggling to adhere to your plan. So get a meal plan in place, stick to it every day. You know, when you go to the shops, you're not wondering about like, oh, can I fit this in? Can I fit this on? Oh, this looks good. No, you have the same food choices, the same meal plan. You go into the shops, you get in, you get out, and you eat your meals. It's that simple. And another thing is just coming down to like, how badly like do you want it? Like, there's not been once in this prep, I'm sure there will not be once in this prep where I've thought, oh, should I eat this? Or I've been tempted. Like, I've never been tempted at all. I eat my food and I crack on, like, because I want to achieve my goals. And I'm not saying that, I'm saying it because my actions reflect that as well. And your actions also need to reflect that. And what you need to realise is, like, shout out to Mr. Joe Gann as well, Ganabolic. Do not be a slave to your mind, a slave to your temptations. You should have some sort of level of discipline to stick to a meal plan. Like, it's almost kind of like immature if you're not able to do that because you lack the discipline. Like, that is just pretty childish in my opinion. So being able to stick to a meal plan is the bare minimum if you want to have a successful diet. And losing body fat is the easy part. Building the muscle is the harder part. So first of all, get that in your head. Realise that your goals should mean more to you than a bit of food. The idea of the food is always better than the food itself, okay, and you know that. So if you're not able to stick to a diet for 12 to 16 weeks and not eat off plan, then have a look in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? Almost just get a grip. You know what I'm saying? Like, it generally is that simple, sticking to a meal plan, and not following and not giving in to your temptations. But if you want to achieve your goals, it will be easy. Losing body fat is the easy part. So anyway, diving straight into it. Meal 1. Making the one only whey cake. I make it a little bit different to what you seen last time. So got the whey paste here. How much we got? 73 grams of whey, 12 grams of 90% dark chocolate, and 80 grams of raspberries for meal number 1. So as you can see, no direct carb source in this meal. And another tip, diet advice hack I would give as well is the time is, let me get it up here, 10 a.m. and I'm just having my first meal. So that's what I recommend on rest as well. Like, I do that anyway, even in the off season, just for mealtime wise. Like, it does fit in a little bit better on rest days. So been up for a few hours now. I wouldn't really say fasting, it's just delaying my first meal, is what I'd recommend there, if possible for yourself, obviously. Because realistically, in the morning, most people and myself aren't really hungry, so you can kind of just crack on. There's no need to kind of eat as early as possible, which delays that kind of first meal. So that's what I would recommend there. And what you'll see with this meal as well is like the way I eat it, if that makes sense. So first of all, with your meals, like, take your time, making sure that will also improve stuff like digestion, taking your time, enjoying it, being present, like stuff like that, helps a lot as well. And just to kind of slow down, because like realistically, I could literally inhale this within 2 seconds and it'd be gone. But like, I make sure to put a video on, take my time eating it. Like, I put it down every now and then just to chill. Take my time eating it. Once again, improves digestion. Is the another tip I would have here. So yeah, another thing I do as well is like, I don't just put it all in one bowl and eat it. Like, I kind of like separate this meal, and which once again just takes a little bit longer to eat. So whey paste and dark chocolate. all the way. And then we're going to stick, if you're not sure how to make a whey cake, I've got a tutorial on my Instagram going into detail, so go over there, have a look at it. But whey paste, dark chocolate in there as well, stick it in the microwave, and and then you have your whey cake. Lovely stuff. So, went over what's in this meal. Macros are 53 grams of protein, 14 carb, 10 grams of fat, 371 calories, going down for meal number 1. So that is how the whey cake is looking. As you can see, it's like a cake around the outside, and it's got that kind of gooiness in the middle, which is what I like. And I kind of like to spread that dark chocolate around. And that is the final product there. So we've got our salt measurer right here, making sure we're weighing our salt, having consistent sodium every single day, which is very, very important. So I have about a gram of salt in this meal. Lovely, lovely stuff. Honestly, salt in your raspberries as well. I don't know if that's just a prep thing, but that shit is beautiful. So yeah, so as you can see here, let me just bring it over here. This is meal number 1, and as you can see, separated a little bit, as we kind of discussed, to take my time eating it, and it is absolutely beautiful. So whey cake, meal number 1, going down, absolutely beautiful. I shall see you for meal 2. Right, hello people, we are back. We have just ticked off a good few thousand steps. It's 12:30 and 7k steps have been ticked off. Rest day rounds have been ticked off, work has been completed, and it's been a very productive morning. So just coming on before I go and make my second meal, a little usual prep update. So right now we are 3.5 weeks out, I believe, when I'm filming this, which is absolutely lovely stuff. So targets are the exact same. Just ran a high day on Monday, which was absolutely lovely, and a new prep load this morning of 66.1 kilos, which is 0.3 kg below the lowest I've been, which is pretty cool. So, and this morning shots were definitely the leanest to date. So I'll throw up how we're looking. Once again, more details coming through, which is very, very exciting. And we are at that stage now, 3 weeks out, that it's getting pretty exciting. Honestly, every single day at this point is revealing something new. Whether that be when we do a high day, we fill up, more detail, more fullness, just like a look that I've never seen before. So it's getting pretty cool. So the exact same targets from the last time I updated you. Obviously, macros today are rest day is 220 grams of protein, 165 grams of carbs, and 55 fat, I believe, as a total. So yeah, that is where we're at. This is how we're looking right here. But what I wanted to kind of discuss really, if you've follow my YouTube videos and you've watched other full days of eating, like my food, my meals, my food choices do not change. I'm literally eating the exact same stuff I was in my off season, and that's something I want to go over. Like off season to prep, absolutely nothing changes. I'm kind of got some notes up here so I don't miss anything. But yeah, the exact same food sources, the exact same meals, 365 days a year. Like obviously, like that can seem pretty extreme, and yes, like you can change your meals, but I have just found meals that I look forward to, I enjoy, and they digest well, and they're easy to make as well. Like this is what works for me, this is what I enjoy eating every day. Like I look forward to all my meals, and that is something that you should do as well. Like, even if you are in the off season and appetite, so like you should still like a little bit look forward to your meals. Like they obviously should taste good, and just putting a little bit of effort goes in a long way. So when it comes to a meal plan as well, like people will always say like, how do you eat the same food every day? But so does everyone. Like even if you're not in this physique development bodybuilding, like, and you don't have a meal plan, like if you look at the food you eat, like you probably eat the same like variation of meals. It's just a case of when you're doing bodybuilding, like it's a lot more regimented, meal timing, etc., and just the same meals. But realistically, even if you're not doing bodybuilding, you're eating the same meals anyway, so it's literally the exact same. So yeah, when it comes to food focus, because I know this is a big one, especially for people in prep and stuff, and you see it on social media. It hasn't got anything to do with food focus, but like little things like this, like zero sugar drinks. Like I have one on a rest day, every rest day. That's just something that I do. Like it's in my routine. Like when I walk to the shops, I just walk past, get a little zero sugar drink. Not had a 7-Up in years, so that'll go down nicely. Little things like that, like you can have this like zero sugar drinks, stuff to help with your food focus, your craving, etc. If that's something that you struggle with. But most importantly, in my eyes, is just the perspective and gratitude that you have towards the diet, the food that you eat. Like realize like you're not starving. Like you eat 4 to 5 meals a day. You eat more. Like there's millions of people that we kill to be in your position to eat the food you're eating, to eat the high quality food you're eating, you're not starving. You're eating a lot of food, even when, you know, I'm on a recipe, I'm on sub 2,000 calories, like, it's still a lot of food at the end of the day, and I'm still eating a lot of high quality food, and I'm extremely grateful. You'll never see me moan about, you know, being hungry or anything, even if that was to happen. You will never see me moan about it, because I know I'm so extremely grateful to be in the position I'm in, to be prepping and to be eating the meals that I mean. Like, I'm so extremely grateful for that. So I know there's people out there who are quite literally starving, you know, homeless, struggling to actually get meals in. You're eating 4 to 5 meals a day. Like, do not fucking moan that. That is very entitled, is the word I was looking for. Very entitled of you to be moaning when you're eating 4 to 5 meals a day, high quality protein sources, high quality carb sources, high quality, not processed whole foods. Like, be grateful for that and realise that, you know, the opportunity you have is a lot more than what millions of other people out there have. So be grateful in the perspective and mindset you have towards your diet. Like, it is literally as hard as you want it to be. It is that simple. Like, dieting is not hard. You literally eat a little bit less and you move a bit more. You might be a little bit more hungry, but it's not the end of the world, and you're going to survive. In the mindset that you have going into diet, it's literally as easy or as hard as you want to make it. And before you go into diet, realise that it's not. It's going to be as hard as you make it. And once again, having a regimented routine, eating the same meals at the same time every day, you literally just wake up and crack on. Like, my days are literally the exact same. I literally just wake up. I don't even have to think about anything. I just wake up, crack on, do my usual routine, do the same stuff at the same time every day, and it's just more of the same. And I love that, because I've got a solid routine in place. It helps a lot. So there's a few more dieting tips for you to adhere to the plan. So obviously that's what this is based around. But enough yapping, I shall see you for meal 2. Let's go. Right, we are here. We're with meal number 2. So what is in this meal, you ask? Well, we have 255 grams of 5% statements, made into like burger patties. I just make them on the George Foreman grill. Easiest way to make them, and I like eating it that way. 25 grams of sourdough, a very measly amount, and 80 grams of raspberries with 1.5 grams of salt, 15 grams of ketchup on the side. So something, before I tuck into this, I want to talk about is, especially if you're dieting, making sure that you're being super accurate. Like, everything that goes into your mouth, everything you eat is being tracked. Making sure that like little things that especially newer people make when they're not sure, like tracking foods, etc., is oils, butters, drinks, sauces, especially all these 4 things, like, they add up. So making sure everything you are eating, you are tracking, and you're being accurate, especially while you are in a diet phase. When you're in an off season, you can have a little bit of, you know, freedom with these little stuff, but just make sure, especially stuff like oils, are a very, very good fat source, but making sure that you are obviously tracking it. And if you don't have oils in your plan, using things like 1-calorie, stuff like that. So get tuck into this. Macros for this meal, let me just get them up, are exactly 400 calories, 55 grams of protein, 17 carb, and 11 fat. So I'm going to tuck into this, and I shall see you for meal number 3. We have got the third meal here, second to last meal. So as you can see, 200 grams of chicken meat, chicken breast raw weight, 45 grams of sushi rice, a lot of rice I know, 80 grams of raspberries, 10 grams of spring onion, 10 grams of barbecue sauce, and 10 grams of 90% dark chocolate there. Total macros, 53 protein, 44 carb, 10 fat, 487 calories. So we have got that going down, and I shall see you for the last meal, and then we'll go over some more diet tips and the reason for meal placements, carb placements on this rest day. A little bit more steps, a little bit more work, and it's time to chill out. Let's go. Right, we are back with the final meal of the day. As you can probably tell by the fit and the bullet buggers. Not got the no strip on yet, but final meal going down. So what does that consist of? 255 grams of 5% statements, which you can probably hear getting cooked up in the George Foreman right now. 90 grams of sushi rice, 10 grams barbecue sauce, 10 grams spring onion, 10 grams 90% dark chocolate, and 80 grams of grapes, which comes out to 750 calories, 59 grams of protein, 89 carb, and 17 grams of fat. So the biggest meal of the day going down. And as you can tell, total macros for the day are 160 grams, and this meal has literally 50% of that. So the reason for why we're placing pretty much quite a lot of our carbs at the end of the day, because obviously today's a rest day, we want to put it closer to the training window, which is obviously going to be that last meal, which is this meal here. So that is a reason for that pretty much. And then obviously when it comes to training days, we obviously want to especially prioritise our carb intake, especially where we're in a deficit and we don't have as much carbs available. We really want to make sure that we're prioritising it around that training window, especially that pre-workout meal, making sure we're fueling our workouts quite literally as much as possible, because obviously that is a priority, retaining training performance. So obviously fueling, placing the carbs in the pre-workout window, making sure we're fueling our workouts as much as possible. And then post-workout, and intra-workout, obviously intra-workout, once again, fueling our workouts, especially towards the end, making sure performance doesn't drop off and replenishing our glycogen stores as we work out. And then post-workout, obviously, we're very, very depleted, just making sure that we're prioritising recovery, getting a lot of carbs in, and once again, replenishing the glycogen that we have depleted. So, rice just getting heated up right now. Go to rice cooker. That is just going down right now. And something else to consider when it comes to carb placement in general, whether that's training day or rest day, is the effect it has on your sleep. So personally for me, some people might actually like not having any carbs in their last meal before bed because they think like their sleep might be better with that. But for myself, I quite like having like a decent bit of carbs before bed. So what I do in training days, especially as carbs are getting lower, like I actually pull a little bit of carbs from a post-workout meal and put it in that final meal. There is still more carbs in a post-workout meal, but just from my sleep, like it has a lot of benefits. My sleep is a lot better when I do have a good bit of carbs in that last meal. So once again, just try it out for yourself, but it can be pretty person dependent when it comes to that. And now water. I have about 8 to 10 litres per day. Like I don't really track it like to a T right now, but like as around 8 to 10. Like I usually just do drink to like what I need pretty much, and just naturally like I do just drink a lot of water, to be honest. And if that is something that you struggle with, like literally just get a 1.5 litre bottle, have it with you throughout the whole day, and you like just drink it automatically, if that makes sense. Or what you can do if you're really struggling is like get like 4 1.5 litre bottles and just fill them up like in the morning or the day before, so they're there and you know what to drink. Is what I would say there for if you're struggling with that. So yeah, everything is ticked off for the day. The time is 7 PM, as you can see. Time to wind down. Usually fall asleep at like 9, half 9, and then get 9 hours of sleep opportunity every single goddamn night. Prep right now is just the same stuff but a different day, which I'm very much enjoying. And that is all bodybuilding is realistically at the end of the day. So yeah, just gonna cook up a meal. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I shall see you. Well, I don't know why I did an intro right now because I've still got more to talk about, but another day in prep, successful, finito, rest day completed, got legs tomorrow, which I'm very much looking forward to. See how my lower back is. Hopefully it won't be kind of affected too much. And then something else that I want to talk about actually was if you are kind of struggling, like on a rest day especially, like my energy does get pretty depleted and I'm almost kind of like more monged out towards the end of the day. So what I'll do is I'll prioritise like getting everything done like early on in the day, if that makes sense. So I literally ticked off like the majority of my sets like halfway through the day. So then like the second half of my day I can just kind of chill out, work's done, where I know I have less energy. Like in the morning like, I have the energy, that's when I do like the majority of my work. And that's something I like just like think about when you do get pretty lean and energy is pretty limited. Like you do need to be pretty selfish when it comes to like what you're doing. For example, like literally on like the other day I went to the cinema, and like even just going to the cinema, like it just like buries me. Like you just like doing stuff that's out of my routine. So I just need to be cautious of what I'm doing. That's just like pretty much living in a box from now on, and being selfish in that regard. So yeah, that is my full day of eating on 1900 calories on a rest day, 3 weeks out. The lowest my food's ever been, the leanest I've ever been. It's pretty goddamn exciting. So hopefully you enjoyed, hopefully you gain a lot of insight into nutrition as a whole, my prep. If you want to follow along more, head over to my Instagram. Pretty much I do post daily on there, updates on myself, educational stuff as well. And if you are interested in online coaching and want to take your physique to another level, I'll put a link in the description. Once again, I appreciate you all. That is everything I eat in a day on prep, and I shall see you next week. Let's get it. 3 weeks.